Hey, welcome back. Are we having fun yet? We got a knife here. It has been an exciting week. I think I've sold almost 20 knives, let's see, in about 5 days. So as fun as it is to buy knives quickly, it can also be fun, but also a lot of work to sell knives quickly. Bought a couple. Cannot wait to get this one on the channel. I got one this week, guys, that is about as close to a grail as it gets. I don't truly have a grail knife like a lot of people. I have knives that I love and can really not imagine at this moment parting ways with, but I don't know. To some degree, I think my passion for knives is somewhat more fluid than the average bear. And it's hard for me to imagine something that's like, okay, once I have this, I'm good. I'm always trying to learn and improve the collection and check out what's next, and yet stay grounded to a degree in what I have experienced in the past and believe in. And that's an interesting balance, I think, to manage. Sorry that this one's taken a while to get open, but it is very well packed, which I appreciate. Another passing grade. But I got one this week that is so cool. And look, there's always a more rare knife because there's a lot of custom knives that only one have been made. But like, to me, when you can get something that's, mid-tech, kind of well known enough that like enough people know about it that it's hard to get. And this isn't it, but this is also awesome and hard to get right now. Man, that's a fun experience. So I can't wait to get that one on the channel. I'll let you know when it is. I'll maybe put the word grail in the title, which I don't do often or ever. I don't think I've ever done that. But I've been on a vendor on the factors. If you've been watching my Instagram, it comes out a little sooner than the channel here, the YouTube channel. And you may have seen that I've been getting a few of these. And this is a very exciting one because the black ones seem to be very hard to get. The black and the blue, and especially anything with the green highlights. I have not gotten one yet with the green highlights, but they are very hard to get. So let's see how this one is. Okay. I noticed like right out of the box, they're not quite as loose. They take a minute to like loosen up. I think he puts in the care notes that you're supposed to lubricate them. But as I get working on them, they get a little louder, a little smoother. You can see I've become somewhat proficient with these, but this is really cool. So this is sort of the last of the main body colors for me. So have one here in silver. Let me do it this way, and then have one here in blue. Oops, pulling out the magnets with it. And these are, again, pretty hard to come by. And I didn't overpay. I never, not a single one of these did I pay. They get upward of like $500. Seems to be at the most. I've seen on eBay stupid numbers like $1,300. I hope no one's paying that. You can get these on Blade forums or Reddit for $500 with ease. Like they'll sit there at $500. $450, it gets a little competitive. $425, it's gonna last a few minutes, if not a minute. $400, it's gone in seconds, is what I'm seeing out there. So hopefully that helps if any of you are looking for them. This one has the most ting of this group here. Check this out. Like it really rings after for a little bit. Like ting, and then it ends. Ting. Like it actually lasts that long. For me, I can hear it here. Ting. This one is next. Oh yeah, that one's got the ring now. That's so funny, it totally opened up. I mean, it's sitting outside in 40-degree weather. Now it's got the ting. The first time I deployed it, there was like almost no ting. That is so weird. I have no idea how that works. Now it sounds brilliant. This one I've had down all the way to carbon fiber and screws. The person before me switched it to the stronger detent magnets. I feel like I have it back together correctly now. But it's still not quite making that noise. Let me see if maybe taking this out changes something. Yeah, no, it's still not. It gets a little ting. It gets a little ding, but not like the other ones where they're like ting. It's like ting. Anyways, not sure if this is amusing for you to hear me doing onomatopoeia. You know what onomatopoeia is? You can spell it, you can look it up. I can't spell it, that's for sure. But I can make the sound of it. Oh yeah, listen to that. Bing! I don't know. I got a note into Brian. That guy is super cool, super responsive. I mean, he's got thousands of these out there, and he's responding to emails in either minutes, hours, same day, or, you know, messages on Instagram. Awesome guy. Super cool guy just in general. Like, you can tell, you know, if you're going to sort of resonate with the person that's making your knife or not through some of your support requests and your conversations. Like, that guy is really my style. I'm a fan. So there you go, the trifecta there. I believe those are the main body colors. I did not make it in on this drop, so I didn't even get to order. I don't know if there were additional options. I think there's basically a green, you know, highlight where it's like green around here and maybe around that button or something, or up here. I think this is green. I've seen a couple of those, but most of those tended to be also, they're fewer and further between, and they were all high on price, so I didn't buy any of them. I don't know that they're necessarily more in demand. They are a little cooler looking, so I could see that being possible. I think these are more subtle. Like if you're really going to carry it, I personally would prefer one of these because I think some of the loud, noisy knives get a little tiring for me to look at personally. But I get tired of them more quickly than something that's just sleek. And I think these are very sleek looking. So let's get a quick little close up on the trio here. And I'll reposition the knife slightly so you can see it. The word factor here, you can see as I move my finger in and out of the light, it's sort of interesting how it plays with the light. I don't know what he's used to, some sort of reflective lettering or something. It's very obvious on the black. It's any angle, it looks the same. So I don't know if it's different on these. It's like anode on there differently or something. But I did notice that that factor on this does stand out a little more. The other ones are a little more subtle on the name of the knife. But I mean, here's my take on these. You know, I'll wrap it on this one, but nice light knife. They're about 3.5 ounces. They're fidgety and fun. I think most of the people that I've talked to have enjoyed them. If you think it's going to change your life and how you use your knife, you're wrong. In fact, the only thing it's really going to change significantly from what you were used to is that when you go to work on your knife, you've got to space everything out really nicely. Otherwise, everything's going to suck into each other on the magnets. They are a little bit frustrating to service. Having taken this down, every screw out, every piece apart, I'll post a picture of that on my Instagram. The first time I did it, I did half the knife and I was totally lost. I watched all his videos. You know, I thought initially, hey, I'm a knife guy, I can do this. Got totally lost. I went back, watched all his videos, and the reason for that was all the magnets shot into each other, so I lost track of them. I didn't know what went where. Went back, watched his videos, figured out the right ones. He sent me a magnet guide. I had it back together and it was working okay, but it wasn't working great. I then put it back together and it's working pretty darn good. Now I'm just checking one thing real quick, which is that this comes back on these. Let's see if this one does it too. See how it almost, that's actually not a spring, that's a magnet pulling the deployment, whatever you call it, lever back. This one, for whatever reason, is still sticking down. So you can see there it's not coming back. now it is. So maybe it's loosening up. I thought about like lubricating it, but it's not metal. So I was like, I'm gonna send him a note first and see what he says. So I'm waiting feedback on that. But that's the only issue I've really had with it, is that this one doesn't ting as well, and that's getting stuck. But I cannot blame Winterblade on that, because I bought this secondary, and the guy I got it from bought it from a guy that had taken it down and swapped out to the stronger detent magnet. Now, can I feel that? Stronger detent magnet? I can't even feel it, to be honest. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, I can feel it. Yeah, there's a little stronger detent on that one. Yeah, and so that's more on the person. But yeah, that's my one thing, is servicing this knife is not super easy. The way he did it, it makes it very modular, so you can swap out. He's like a former RC guy, which is something I am too, which is cool. Kind of current as well. But when you take this thing apart, you know, this is like 2 pieces of carbon fiber. There's this little shim in there that holds all the magnets together. Like, it is not a super simple knife to service, because the magnets start shooting at each other. So I space it literally across my whole desk. Everything sits at least this far apart. Like, there's not a piece I put down that's not like that far apart. Everything's got to be spaced out. And then I had a pretty good time the second time through putting it back together. And the second time I even took off the front side scale, and still it went pretty smooth. I thought about videotaping it, but videotaping it, is that, what is it, 1994? I thought about recording it on video, but it was like so frustrating the first time. Not so frustrating, but like so intimidating, I think, that I did not want to attempt to service it on video and like just get all flustered trying to talk while doing it. Maybe that should have been like one of those videos where you don't talk and you just work on it, because I probably would do a better job. But anyways, I may do it at some point, just to kind of show what exactly is going on in there. But suffice to say, I've not been able to get this one quite right. So I've got a request in to get help, and I'm so confident that I'm going to get really good help from him, because I just, in my basic interactions so far, just saying hi and stuff, he's been like super responsive, and he didn't have any, I don't think he had any idea who I am or anything. Like, having a YouTube channel, I literally just pinged him from my Instagram, which doesn't have a lot of followers or anything yet. So as far as I could tell, he was just doing it because it's the right thing to do. And I've had that same feedback from other friends that don't have YouTube channels or anything. So I think, you know, the general take is he's just a good dude, and a bright and interesting person. So anyways, cool to have the 3 colors. Now I do have one extra factor in silver, and I haven't decided what to do with that yet. I ended up with 2 of them, kind of due to I bought one knife that had, the guy wanted to sell another knife, so I bought the factor and a Rosie from him. And I will probably figure out some way of making that available to a member of the channel, unless I need it to get some knife that I really want or need. Then I might, you know, use it to my advantage. But I feel like I'm doing that with a Demco 8020S in full tie right now for the 1,000 subscribers. So maybe I'll figure out something else to do with the other factor, where, you know, I am offering that other knife at table price, right? Because these hot knives get marked up. So if I can find them with my resources and stuff and get them to you at a reasonable price, then maybe you can get to check one out or whatever, is kind of my current ploy until people start sending me knives for free. Then I'll start giving them away. I literally have one $50 knife that someone's given me for free at this point. So aside from that, I have nothing to give away without it just being right out of my pocket, which, you know, we'll see what happens. But anyways, let me know if there's something I missed here. Feel free to ask me questions. Now that I have all 3, I can do whatever you want me to do on videos with these. It's kind of cool. I don't know that I've seen anyone else that has 3 of these in 3 different colors. I don't know if you were allowed to order more than one on the pre-order or whatever. So I feel like that's kind of cool to have 3, actually 4 of them right now. And yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.